Kenyans, are we borrowing our way into a trap? Or are we sitting on untapped gold while crying for help? Well, that's the question Kiharu MP Ndindi Nyoro is throwing straight at President William Ruto. And trust me, he's not mincing his words. Ndindi Nyoro has just sent a bold message to State House. He's telling the president, enough with the loans. Yes, you heard that right. In a passionate speech delivered in his home turf of Kiharu, Nyoro says, Kenya is rich enough and doesn't need to keep borrowing billions to fund development. His suggestion, let's use what we already have, especially the big state assets like the government's stake in Safaricom. That stake, by the way, is not just any asset. It's valued at over 300 billion Kenyan shillings. That's not small money. Nyoro believes even selling a portion of those shares, just a portion, could raise serious funds without drowning the country deeper in debt. Government assets exist to make money for the government. They do not exist as jewels. Let that sink in. He's saying assets like Safaricom should work for us, not just sit there looking pretty. Now, let's look at the numbers that are worrying him, and maybe should worry you too. Kenya's public debt has ballooned. 12 years ago, it was under 2 trillion Kenyan shillings. Today, it's pushing past 11 trillion Kenyan shillings. That's a 5-fold jump. And if we are not careful, Nyoro says, we are heading toward a debt crisis, like those that have hit other African countries hard. But this isn't just about numbers. It's about responsibility. Nyoro says future generations might end up paying for loans they never saw, never touched, and never benefited from. And here's the twist. Nyoro isn't saying the government should lose control over strategic assets like Safaricom. He believes the state can still regulate and keep influence, even if it sells part of its stake. In other words, we can cash in without selling our soul. If you want to hear more from him, you can actually watch his full address online. It's making waves across social media. Now, let's pause and think. Nyoro's message hits hard, not just because of the numbers, but because of the mindset. Are we in the habit of borrowing simply because it's easier than managing what we already have? Because here's the truth. Borrowing is not free money. It's money with interest, and someone always has to pay. And that someone is you, is me, is your child 10 years from now. So maybe, just maybe, it's time to rethink how we fund our dreams as a nation. Do we keep going back to international lenders with a begging bowl? Or do we stand up and leverage our own strength? That's the conversation we need to have, and it starts now. Let us know your thoughts. Should we sell part of Safaricom to save Kenya's finances? Or is that a dangerous move? And this is Sauti Mzalendo, where your voice matters. Stay informed, stay engaged, stay Kenyan.